Good morning. Weekend warriors. President Bush and Senator Kerry head into their final weekend on the campaign trail as new evidence surfaces about those missing explosives in Iraq today, Friday, October 29, 2004.
From NBC News, this is Today with Katie Couric and Matt Lauer, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Friday morning, everyone. I'm Katie Couric.
And I'm Matt Lauer. Those missing explosives in Iraq have kind of dominated the campaign trail over the past week. Senator Kerry saying it proves the president mishandled the war in Iraq. President Bush arguing that his opponent will say just about anything to get elected.
It's really become John Kerry's mantra in the last couple of days. And now a videotape shot after the fall of Baghdad shows U.S. troops examining a huge supply of explosives at or near the facility in question. We're going to show you that video and talk with the reporter who was there in just a minute. We'll also have reaction from the former top U.S. official in Iraq, Ambassador Paul Bremer, and some analysis on how this is all playing out on the campaign trail from Tim Russert.
In the meantime, popular cable TV host Bill O'Reilly is breathing easier today. On Thursday, he settled the sexual harassment case filed against him and his employer by one of his producers. We're going to have much more and show you what he had to say about that settlement on his show. Then, how much would you pay to keep your family as safe as possible on the road? We'll have the latest on a new study that reports technology found in some vehicles could prevent 7,000 deaths a year. However, many cars and trucks don't have it because of the cost.
And Halloween may be 2 days away, but we're seeing ghosts, goblins, and all sorts of things that go bump in the night out on the plaza. We're holding our annual costume contest, and the whole Today Show gang is getting decked out as well. Matt, I have no idea. I tried my best to find out what you and now we're up to, but nobody would spill the beans.
I haven't decided whether I'm going through with it yet, so
really?
Still early.
I even rifled through your dressing room closet.
What else is new,
anyway,
right?
Lots to get to, but first let's get the morning's top stories, and for that we turn to Ann Curry at the news desk, who's back from assignment. Ann, welcome back.
Thanks a lot, Katie and Matt. Good morning once again, everybody. In the news, as you just heard from Katie and Matt, there are new questions about those 380 tons of munitions in Iraq and just when they disappeared. On Thursday, the Pentagon released an aerial photograph taken days before the war started. It shows two trucks outside a storage bunker at the Al-Qaqa munitions base. But this videotape could reinforce suggestions that the explosives disappeared after the war began. Videotape shot by KSTP TV crew embedded with U.S. troops a week after Baghdad had fallen shows high explosives apparently still inside a facility at or near Al-Qaqa. Well, reporter Dean Staley was with the cameraman who shot that videotape, and this morning I asked him what he saw in that complex.
The part that interested us most were these bunkers. There were maybe a dozen bunkers, and we took our time sort of going through them. Some of them were empty. Some of them had padlocks on them. Some of them had already been broken into. The padlocks had been broken off, and they were open. And in a couple of them, we found just tons of explosives inside.
If you are in a country and you are at war and you find a large cache of munitions, such as you're describing, why would this not have at least been reported to the higher-ups in military command, if not in the 101st Airborne Division, then to other divisions, so that this area could have been secured? Can you give us some perspective on this?
Well, I think the context that people need to remember was at the time, everyone was thinking about weapons of mass destruction. So when I saw that this place was deserted, and then later we realized, wow.
Is investigating whether the Pentagon improperly awarded no-bid contracts to Halliburton, the giant oil services company. Agents now want to interview this woman, a top Pentagon contracting official. This is what she had to say to NBC News.
I believe that it was the worst abuse of the procurement and contracting system that I have seen.
In favor of Halliburton?
In favor of Halliburton.
Senior investigative correspondent Lisa Myers will have the exclusive interview tonight on NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw. Today, Yasser Arafat was flown to Paris for medical tests and treatment. The 75-year-old Arafat looked pale and weak when he arrived in Jordan after flying there from Ramallah. He is having trouble holding down food and has a low platelet count, but doctors aren't yet sure why. And a reminder, this is the weekend. People in most of the U.S. get an extra hour of sleep. Remember to set your clocks back 1 hour on Saturday night. That's the best news of the morning. It is now 7:05. Let's switch back to Katie, Matt, and Al, all three sleep deprived this morning.
Yeah, you got that right, as always. Ann, thanks. Welcome back. Good to have you here.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
And Al, tell us what the weekend weather's like for all the little trick-or-treaters.
Well, I think a good portion of the country is going to have some fairly nice trick-or-treat weather, but we got to get through today first, especially through the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. Heavy rain moving through from Pierre into Alexandria. We are looking for some areas picking up 2 to 3 inches of rain. Rest of the country, we've got some showers, windy conditions, Pacific Northwest. Look for showers working their way into the Adirondacks. Sunshine through the Southwest. Mountain snows also, those still through parts of Colorado and Wyoming. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Well, thanks, Al. Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday. Here's my 5-day planner. Today, milky sunshine, giving way to probably more in the way of sun this afternoon, a high temperature.
Weather, Matt.
All right, Al, thanks very much. On Close Up this morning, those missing explosives in Iraq, as we've reported. Video shot by ABC affiliate KSTP-TV in Minneapolis, which was embedded with the Army's 101st Airborne Division, apparently shows that a large cache of explosive may have been at or near the Iraqi munitions complex in question after U.S. troops arrived. Ambassador Paul Bremer is the former top U.S. administrator in Iraq. Ambassador Bremer, good to see you. Good morning.
Morning.
This new development, this videotape that shows these explosives were at or near Al-Qaqa on April 18th of 2003.
Terror tape. On the eve of the election, Osama bin Laden's new message for America.